Hello, this is Mark, and this session is part of a series I've made called Sleep with Mark. If you ever want more, you can just search for that name. You'll find the rest waiting. You can just begin to settle now. And perhaps tonight you can begin to gain more distance from the things that have held your attention too much. Calm often arrives on its own when you allow room for calm. So maybe this is your space now to settle a little more deeply and allow the calm rhythm of rest to begin to return. Perhaps your thoughts can begin to ease more to the sound of my voice or the spaces in between my words. And perhaps you can begin to feel your mind and body softening from within. You can get a sense perhaps of where calm can meet you. And that calm can begin to increase and settle more and more with each passing moment. And this may be a place where breath can begin to ease you into even more calm, reminding you of how nice it feels when you can relax more. Just resting inside, like sensing the edges of a quiet space that's been here, quietly waiting. Some people describe this like arriving at a doorway that you are already stepping through into quiet. And everything here can happen in its own time. You can simply notice how you can arrive somewhere softer and calmer. Perhaps you can let go of some of the things that have previously occupied you. And now you might begin to notice how the calm rhythm of this space can move more slowly, more gently, and you can begin to join that calmer rhythm simply through the breath. And you can follow your breath inward just a little more. The air moving in and out again, like waves across soft sand, even and steady. Just notice how the breath can move through the chest and also through the whole body, the ribs widening and the shoulders releasing just a little more, the face softening, and you can gently drift and begin to allow the calm to continue to ease everything that has come before. And what has come before picture their thoughts like dandelion seeds carried away on the breeze. You might notice how even those little inner movements can begin to feel slower now, as though part of you has stepped into a different tempo, one that matches the calmness of the night. And you can allow your outward breath, the exhale, to begin to lengthen. And as you do so, you can welcome that shift of deeper calm, simply because you can feel how to settle more deeply. And now you can begin to notice your breath moving through the body. You can notice how it moves in its own quiet pattern, like the steady motion of light through water. In a way that feels natural and deeply familiar. And there may be a moment when you might notice the breath flowing all on its own, and you can allow your awareness to move with the breath, also flowing gently. And as you do so, you can feel more calm and rested. Perhaps you might begin to notice your body feeling comfortably heavier now, as though the muscles can begin to loosen, and you can release any tension in the body as you drift into even quieter comfort. Notice how even the spaces between the breaths can feel spacious, like pauses in music, or the hush before a page is turned. You can rest in those in between places too, and you can linger inside that softness, settling more deeply into each moment. And you can notice your jaw, perhaps even a sense of softening there too, as though your face remembers how to rest more deeply as well. You can even notice the tiny muscles around your eyes. Now you can allow those tiny muscles to loosen and soften. Maybe you sense a kind of pleasant warmth or weight gathering in the hands, the chest, the belly, and you can allow that sensation to remain welcome, moving through the body, Just notice that sensation deepening, a kind of grounded calm. Some people find that their breath can guide them even more inward, and you might begin to feel the breath move all the way down through the spine and the pelvis, the backs of the legs. Sometimes the body knows how to begin resting more, even while the mind is still watching. You can feel a gentle descent, everything gently sinking down, like a feather drifting to the floor. And you can let your body settle into the support beneath you, a gentle kind of contact, steady, quiet. You can allow yourself to rest into that support more and more with each breath. And now you might begin to notice a shift, something subtle, as though the world around you is beginning to fade away, shifting softly into a quiet blur, like a pleasant dream just starting to play out. And you can sense your thoughts moving into the background now, soft shapes, fading colours, part of the scenery in the distance. You can begin to drift inward gently, as if the body is already guiding somewhere even quieter. And some people can picture this as like mist rolling across a quiet hillside, making everything feel slower and softer and calmer. Others can imagine a spiral staircase made of moonlight, winding gently down through the center of a dream. And you can notice each step appearing beneath you, just as your breath leads you further inward. Each step can gently support your descent, as though the dream itself is guiding you home. And if numbers are helpful, you might hear them in just a moment as guideposts or gentle markers, each one inviting you a little deeper. And 10, you might notice a quiet place in your mind, soft and still. 9, you can allow a greater softening. 8, you may feel a little more space between your thoughts. 7, your awareness can gently blur further around the edges. 6, you could let your next breath lengthen just a little more. 5, Just notice the air around you and how it can welcome you into deeper rest. 4. Perhaps your limbs may already feel heavier, weighted with comfort. 3. Your mind may begin to settle more deeply. 2. Your thoughts may continue to drift. 1. And you may find yourself sinking into stillness, a place that's been waiting for your return. You can allow yourself to move in the direction of that stillness, softly, steadily, a gentle downward drift that can carry you deeper. Sometimes the mind can have held a kind of watchfulness, shaped by care, like a guardian who stood alert for so long and can now begin to notice the soft invitation of rest. And you can let that part of you soften too, knowing everything its turn has mattered, and now you can notice a stronger sense of safety. And if there's a part of you that had stayed alert and that was always scanning, always caring, you might begin to notice it softening now. And you can thank that inner watcher. Just rest now, as though it's settling into the quiet too. Sometimes the mind has simply been devoted, steadily present, and has reached for what had felt important. And you can let that devotion rest now. Comfort may begin to form in its own time, like stillness settling into a quiet room, noticing, receiving, resting. And perhaps there's an image that forms, an inviting and safe path winding quietly through a forest at night. Lanterns glowing softly ahead, each one appearing at just the right moment. And you can walk that path at your own pace, each step taken in its own time. Calm, steady, a gentle light, always close, guiding you deeper into stillness. And you might sense yourself continuing to walk that path now, each step offering space to settle, and each moment softly revealing the next. And perhaps now the body can begin to understand this quiet, and the nervous system can settle into safety here, held by the calm, supported by the moment. can allow that settling to continue gently, softly. Perhaps this is a moment where softening can continue to unfold even more gently and naturally, even through the spaces of thought. You can sense the mind joining the body, working together in quiet, in kindness, in rest, and it may begin in the smallest ways. You might notice thoughts floating through a little more slowly, or feel the breath moving at a pace that feels comfortable, natural, steady, and calm. And some people like to picture their thoughts resting on a nearby shelf, softly stored, still cared for, already safe, and you can feel what it's like to be separate from them for now, as your body begins to relax even more deeply. Some people find it helpful to write things down during the day so the mind feels supported, gently free to settle, and that might be something to return to tomorrow. And for now, you can allow your thoughts to rest where they are, and you can let your body soften further into stillness. If something is quietly waiting for your attention, your whole system can hold it safely until the right moment if necessary. And yet tonight you can rest, knowing that everything important will find its time. And perhaps rest and care are learning to share the same calm rhythm now, like two notes in the same lullaby, soft and steady. And perhaps the part of you that's been looking outward can now continue to settle inward instead, sensing quiet, noticing calm, and like a soft awareness returning home in this moment. Perhaps you can sense the presence of safety, quiet, gentle, already with you, and you can allow yourself to breathe from that place of safety now, as if each breath can remember it too. Perhaps this is simply a space of soft welcome, where everything that arises moves in its own time, like breath meeting breath, held by stillness, surrounded by ease. And you may begin to feel the comfort of just being at rest now. This step, this moment, being everything that's needed for calm. And any familiar thoughts, you can just allow them to pass, like a ripple across still water, this moment. And that might be your breath, or the image of that forest path, or the weight of the blankets or whatever it is that may be around you now. And you can let those soft sensations become your anchors, gently holding your attention like quiet markers of safety. And they may feel subtle but steady, enough to guide you deeper into calm. And with each breath, you might feel more present and safe and calm, as though your awareness is settling into itself, drifting gently into the simplicity of the present moment. Perhaps each breath can bring a deeper kind of belonging, as though this quiet recognizes you and welcomes you in. Perhaps you can notice a warmth in being here, resting into the softness. You can simply allow this version of you right now to feel more supported in comfort, held by whatever is beneath you and by the air and by the quiet that you've made space for. And in this quiet, perhaps your mind can begin to see things differently. You might invite the previous thoughts of the day to soften further now, and even if a few still flicker in the background, they can glow gently like quiet fireflies along the path. As you walk gently on, with each step of the path, each lantern flickering to life ahead, and perhaps the mind learns it's safe to slow down, and perhaps you can notice as your awareness begins to settle into something much more simple, a kind of presence that welcomes stillness and offers this quiet connection with yourself. And as you continue breathing, you may already sense that this state of calm being is continuing to arrive, and you can begin to sense the mind settling further now, as though it's discovering a calm that feels even softer. And from that gentler calm, a kind of quiet may continue to arise, emerging naturally from this space of ease. Each moment here may feel a little more welcoming, like something in you has quietly been preparing for your return to this softer calm. And now you can let yourself sink deeper into that calm and rest. Rest comes when is given, and you can give yourself that permission now. And now, especially now, you can really enjoy the feeling of that deeper calm and become ready for a deeper rest. Even these words might begin to drift somewhere softer, as though you're hearing them through a warm haze of evening, or from beneath a comforting weight, the kind of weight that knows just how to soothe. And you can allow your awareness to grow even quieter now. Perhaps the breath has slowed again, or maybe it's just resting in its own calm rhythm, like moonlight resting on still water. And your thoughts, if they're still nearby, can simply drift more at the edges, like passing clouds, gently distant, easy to overlook, and you can allow them to float past, like feathers carried away on a soft current, or pages of a story that no longer need to be read. And even sound may begin to blur now, as though your ears are turning inward towards something quieter still. And you can let your body feel heavier here, or simply more still, as if it's settling deeper into the support beneath you. And this moment may feel pleasantly flowing, like floating on a quiet current. You may be arriving into a state now where thoughts can begin to dissolve, and awareness can simply rest, like mist settling into stillness. A quiet, calm rhythm can continue, soft and steady. A sense of space may be present too, gentle, complete, allowing you to relax even deeper. And you can allow that sense of space to widen easily, naturally, like looking into a quiet sky, endlessly open, where everything feels gently held, and perhaps part of you is already resting deeper now, right now. Stillness on the outside, stillness within, and you can continue to drift even further into this comfort. Everything can feel even more comfortable now, and you can settle into a gentler presence all around you, like mist curling through trees at night, soft, drifting, always is near. Perhaps you might notice a sense of being quietly carried now, gently supported by something soft and steady, as though your whole system is being held with ease, and the space you've created, and the breath you've followed, the permission you've allowed, all of it holding you gently now. And you can feel a deeper, quieter ease here, and you can get a stronger sense that everything is safe and calm here, and how everything here is comfortable and kind and simple.